Live, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. Birthday blues in full effect. Whoever's in here, Ist Von Grub. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Hannon 1066. Late. Let's go, Kurt. I know, right? Stephen Tarr, lovely picture. Kurt late because of those birthday blues. I know, right? It is. Um, Nikki Strong. Yeah. Let me see if it does it rotate this way. Let's see. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's been a very interesting birthday. Very interesting. My car broke down. Well, one of the shocks went out. So it ain't like I got a piece of shit. One of the shocks went out, and I heard a pow, right? And then when I heard that pow, yeah, that indicated like, yo, the tire was doing this. Ryan Watterson, counterpunch to you, brother. Counterpunch to you. Happy Earth Strong birthday yesterday. Kurt, my son's birthday is this month. You shouted him out last year. Yeah. So let me know if I'm on. I'll give him a shout out this year. You know? And it's crazy. I don't know where you guys are, but here, it being October, the the mosquitoes are still bad. I hate you guys know me. I hate mosquitoes, right? Kurt, who wins? Bivol versus Callum Smith. Ooh, Brandon. Man, you know what? That's actually a good matchup because we learned from Callum Smith uh, that he is. Yeah, get out of here. He is a very powerful, tall, rangy character. And Bivol's a volume puncher. But also, Bivol's a bigger person. So you might factor in the size versus the power of someone around the same. Because both of those guys are over 6 foot. You know, now tell me why Callum Smith's punching power didn't affect Canelo. You know, that's a whole different beast. But yeah, Brandon, that is a good fight. Very good fight. It was also my partner's son's. It was also my partner's son's birthday yesterday too. We had a good drink and one for you too, Kurt. I'm glad you did because yesterday I was sick as shit. I threw up a few times. I went to this African club. I went to this other bar like deal. But before we did any of that, ended up going to the liquor store, right? So I had some XR, some Crown XR, then I bought a bottle XO. And I know what it is. I didn't eat enough because by the time the burgers and all that ready, because I got some grass-fed beef, and I know that it wasn't. I didn't eat enough. I think I ate like one burger. I should have had like a burger before I started drinking. Kurt, what do you think about Rob McCracken and AJ having too much amateur mentality, a points mentality from spending too much time around amateurs, not elite heavyweight? Um, Anthony Joshua, this is the truth about Joshua, okay? Joshua will not get rid of Rob McCracken. He won't. So, like, I know people expect him to or whatever. He won't. He'll just add someone new like he did before. No big deal. Oh no, Kurt, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, I got sick. Usyk has used the same team since amateurs. Same team. People are looking for someone to blame. No, I mean, that's Usyk though. But I don't. How often you can't blame the trainer for everything. You know, you can blame the trainer for the things that they didn't instruct the fighter to do, which I didn't all agree with. But then even the things that Rob McCracken, as we guys know, because we were there, even the things that Rob McCracken told Joshua to do, he didn't execute the way he's supposed to. Kim, you didn't miss much, man. I actually just started about 6 minutes ago. Hazel, happy birthday, fam. Appreciate you, man. Well, at least you didn't blame what you were wearing or someone poisoning you. He he he. Nah, Joshua ain't gonna do that. You know, that's not his style. You know. What Wilder do to you? What Wilder do? Oh, you guys are talking about somebody else. Happy birthday as well. One new me. Counterpunch to you. Walter Birch. Man, I'm old. I'm 53. No, just kidding. Nikki Blue Eyed Austin. I don't know. Just give God thanks for another year. I know it's not the best birthday I have, but life is the best in itself. Nikki, let me tell you something. I worked on my birthday last year, the first time I ever did that, so it's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. Why do you hate Wilder so much? I don't hate Wilder at all. What gives you that idea? Happy birthday, bro. Appreciate you. SJ Vice 21. Kurt, thoughts on Lopez versus Cambosos off? Any surprise? Brandon, hell no. That doesn't surprise me at all. About look how many times Teofimo, Cambosos bullshitted. Okay? Let's just be real. How many times did that fight go and change? It went from the 12th, it's supposed to have already happened. It's supposed to have been in Australia. It didn't. They went to Triller. He got his money. He went back and negotiated with Bob Arum. After Bob Arum lost the bid to Triller, he got COVID. He didn't want to go back to Australia after he came back from COVID. And I'm like, man, what the fuck is going on? All this for a mandatory? For a mandatory? Like, it would be different if this was like a unification, something that we really wanted to see or something like that. But man, this is a mandatory. So if you guys are doing all that from a mandatory, no wonder you didn't fight Vasil Lomachenko again. See, that reflects what you're not doing because you're not even doing your mandatory. It's this is what I hope for Teofimo. I hope Teofimo Lopez is not another Keith Thurman. That's just about half of Ortiz's age. My content, okay. Did you see the last thing I said about, or the video that I did about Deontay Wilder? Muslim plumber. I think you need to check that out and then come back to me. Just come back to me. That's all you need to do. Fury gas versus McDermott both times. Could Usyk gas Fury? Yep. Because, see, Fury is a guy that is an exceptional boxer. He's a guy that's good at feints and movement. But he's also a guy that if you challenge him just as much as he challenges you, he'll get tired. Those cats over there will do exactly that. Tyson Fury will get tired. You know, he looked like he was overtrained in the Otto Vailene fight. Usyk could tire him out, then go for the knockout because that fight is like what people don't think. I know what Roy Jones Jr. said. I know what he said, but it doesn't matter. Usyk will probably end up stopping Tyson Fury. You've heard it here first. You might say bullshit. Okay. You said bullshit when when I told you that Usyk will beat Anthony Joshua if Joshua won't knock him out. If he tries to box him, he will lose to Usyk. If Joshua knocks him out, it won't be a surprise because that's what people thought he was going to do, being or having the reputation that he has. So, but people wouldn't listen. If Tyson Fury goes in there and fights Alexander Usyk, he's going to lose. That's why I don't think he ever wanted to fight Usyk. Real recognize real. You know who to fight and who you don't want to fuck with. Right? And then why would Tyson Fury would rather fight two-time losing AJ because he's the money. That's why he wants to fight AJ, because of the money. He has the Wilder money. He had the Wilder money. He's getting bigger part of the pie now for fighting Wilder. So there you go. He wants that AJ money. Kurt, do you watch Boxing Bros? I do sometimes. I catch some of the stuff. Dale Boy, birthday greetings from the UK. Appreciate you. Tavara, happy birthday, bro. Appreciate you. One new me. Reputation is fine until you get punched in the face. That's right. Oh, you think Usyk will beat Fury? I know Usyk will beat Fury. I know he can. He has the skills. You don't have to be the taller, bigger. That taller, bigger shit doesn't mean anything. Ask Tyson. The only thing, I think this is what killed the perception of the heavyweight division. When you had guys like Lennox Lewis and Vladimir Klitschko, and all those guys were over 6'3". When Lennox Lewis beat Mike Tyson, everybody was like, Mike Tyson was too small. Mike Tyson wasn't in his prime when he fought Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis peaked later than Mike peaked. Okay? So when people seen guys like Mike Tyson fall to Lennox Lewis, and then Lennox Lewis gets out of a decision or disqualification due to eye injury with Vitali, but then he retires, then Vitali and Vladimir run the whole fucking division and whoop everybody in there. The first thing people said is because they were tall, and then is because of their size. Well, that was only a factor of it. It didn't mean that somebody that couldn't come along, a regular sized guy like myself, 6'2", 6'3", can come in there and beat those guys. Corey Sanders showed you that. Who else showed you that? Chris Bird showed you that. Okay? Chris Bird was a smaller heavyweight, but he beat those guys, right? Now he got beat again because the Klitschkos do come back and they do revenge you. That's why Vladimir is so the way he is against Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury, Floyd Mayweathered him. I'm not going to fight him. You know what I mean? And then you got a guy like Usyk, 6'3". He's not even like Mike Tyson's height. He was the normal size heavyweight. He wasn't a small heavyweight like Rocky Marciano or Mike Tyson, the shorter, bulky. He wasn't like that. He is average height for a heavyweight, which is above average from everybody walking on this fucking planet. Okay? He's just fighting guys that are taller than him. That doesn't mean he can't beat Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury knows that. That's why Tyson Fury won't give him the time of the day. Because why would you go in there and fight someone like Usyk and then Usyk beats you? Then that makes everyone look bad. And you know what that means? You know who would laugh at that point? Vladimir Klitschko. I told you, Ukraine will fight and beat anyone. I would have beat Fury too. Right. Another year older. Happy birthday. That's it, Mickey. Happy birthday, broski. Best damn boxing show on YouTube. Counterpunch for life. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Man, you know more about boxing than me, but I don't think Usyk can beat Fury. Bars. Nah. I just think Tyson Fury's good at what he does, and he's fast for his size. Is Tyson Fury faster than Usyk? A lot of people would think so. I don't think that he is. Tyson Fury would be elusive and can change to southpaw and would be harder to hit. I don't know. Says who? Shit. Deontay Wilder caught him with a jab. Just because you feint don't mean you can't get punched. A feint is nothing but a decoy. If I do that, that doesn't mean I move side to side. No, I have Usyk beating Tyson Fury. Now, would it be interesting? Yes. Would it be tactical for a while? Yes, it would be. Greetings from South Wales. DJ Anton, Counterpunch to you. Let's hit that like button. Let's start with the love. Let's hit that like button. Stephen Tarr, nobody knows. That's the problem in boxing. It's so many fights that we don't know about because there's so many fights that are not getting made. If I was a billionaire, I would pay these guys to fight each other. And if they don't, I would put them on blast so hard. I'm like, look, Andy Ruiz, I'm giving you $5 million to fight Luis Ortiz right now. And I'm giving Luis Ortiz $5 million to fight you. Let's go. And if Andy Ruiz gives me some shit like, I'm not ready, I don't want to fight Ortiz right now, I would want to fight you ducking, I'm gonna put you on blast. I'm gonna have a list. If I was that rich billionaire, I would have a list called the shit house. The shit house list. That's for all the people that ducked other fighters they should have been fighting. See, what's killing boxing is we don't have these fights that everyone should see. See, you should have battles amongst battles amongst battles in the sport of boxing. Do you know how many fights that we could have? Why do you think we're jumping for joy over certain fights that get made? Is because we don't see enough good fights that are made. We don't. We don't see enough Efe Ajagba and Frank Sanchez. We don't see a Joe Joyce versus. We seen Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois, which was a good matchup, but we don't see like Luis Ortiz and Joe Joyce, or Luis Ortiz and Charles Martin, two southpaws. Why not? They're both with Al Heyman, right? You know, so that side of the street is garbage. It is a lie, anyhow. That's a lie. That's a lie at the end of the day. What are you talking about? We have Wilder versus Fury 15. I know, right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, we have the Obsession group. Tell them Showbiz. Okay, Showbiz. Kurt, if you was a billionaire, would you still do counterpunch boxing, or would you be on the bench somewhere? Would I be on the bench somewhere? Oh, on the beach. I'd do dope. I'll do both. Something you love to do, you don't stop doing it because you got money. I would probably take it to the next level. I would probably have, sound studios and shit like that, because I would go there to specifically do video content for the channel. Now that would change, because you have the money to do those type of things. I mean, and I could go all out. I could build a facility and call it Counterpunch Boxing News. Counterpunch Boxing News Studios. You know what I mean? That would just be like, and I would have like 2 or 3 of them. One here in Austin, and then one in Shreveport, and another one in Dallas, one in Florida, one overseas, Barbados, probably one in the DR since I'm always out there. Why no Cash App? Cash App, bro, I don't have Cash App because I was ripped off for Cash App. And when I tried to hook it back up, they told me I need to call them. That's exactly how I got ripped off. I called Cash App and got ripped off. Kamal Oskan, why no Cash App? I mean, you got the super chat option. So if you wanted to donate, there you go. That's how you participate. Greetings from Germany. Kamal Oskan, counterpunch to you, brother. Usyk will clean up the division with the exception of the Gypsy King. Well, with the exception, I think with the addition, he needs to fight him. How can we give you money? Just a casual. Do you see the super chat button down there? It's a super chat button down there. It should be. And you can donate whatever you like on that. I miss your impressions, champ. No problem. They're coming soon. But my impression of this birthday was okay. No, dear, it's not. I don't know who left those in there. Thank you, though. Thank you for your honesty. That's how it's done. Have a good workout. Yes, ma'am. Why do you think we don't see enough top 10 heavyweight fights? Because everyone's trying to hold their fighter to that next big score, to that next big opportunity. The next big opportunity is only so many options now. The pathways to Joshua, which now is like, we don't even know if that door is open because we have to see what Joshua's going to do with the rematch. Will Wilder retire if he loses? DJ Anton, I hope he doesn't. He shouldn't lose. I mean, he shouldn't retire. And $1 million don't go far nowadays. Lee Foster. Well, here's the thing about greed. The same person that'll say some shit like that is the same person that'll fight for about $500,000. But I guess it's better to fight nobody for $500,000 or $300,000 rather than fight someone for a meal and a half. You know what I mean? I think Usyk can make anyone gas. He did it at cruiser. Obviously, he can do it at heavyweight. Ada, Nigerian living in South African, says kudos to you. Adewale, counterpunch to you, brother. Usyk is the number one till anyone proves otherwise in the ring. Fish R, 200R. Listen, they need to. They need to. And like for Tyson Fury beating Wilder, that makes you number one? No, number one would have been who wins out of Joshua and Fury. Well, Joshua was beat. So it is what happens now is it's whoever wins out of Usyk and Fury. So let's say Fury beats Wilder. Okay, we know he's not number one anyway because he just recently got defeated. Well, we know it's not Joshua because he more recently been defeated. And now who's the winners? Usyk and Tyson Fury. Remember, Tyson Fury hasn't fought enough top 10 contenders to even qualify of being the best pound for pound. You don't pop up after 3 years, fight a guy, draw with a guy, fight 4 nobodies, then beat the guy, and then you're number one. No. He's doing something he's never done. He's defending the belts, right? He's defending the belts. And is that working? Should have more alcohol in here. Fury has the size and the boxing skills, so I'm going with Fury against Usyk. I think Usyk's size will be a problem for Fury. You guys look at me like, okay, he's smoking. No, I'm not. If you notice about Usyk, Usyk is not gonna let Fury hang on him. Now, if Fury can hang on him and use that weight on him, he would be actually doing a great service to himself and his game plan. But I don't think so. If you know anything about fighters or Ukrainians, like the boxing, the way they box, they like to box with distance. Bishop Desmond, Anthony Joshua is a disgrace and a shame. Damn. Tell us how you really feel. AJ is holding up undisputed now. Well, shit. Who did it first? Stephen Tarr, who did it first? That shit should have been happened. It should have happened this year in a perfect world. Wilder had a contract. Look, that's only right. Wilder and Joshua are in the same boat all the way through. As much as people talk shit about both of those fighters, they have similar careers at this point. How do I figure? Well, Deontay Wilder had a rematch clause in his contract to fight Tyson Fury if Fury beat him. Understand, they drawed the first time. So if and when Tyson Fury beat him, he needed to honor that contract instead of selling wolf tickets about fighting Joshua. And the first people say, oh, he's holding up undisputed. He's holding up undisputed. I'm like, okay. Well, now Joshua has, understand, that was supposed to be a mandatory because remember, they stole it from Dillian Whyte and gave it to Tyson Fury. So it was a mandatory according to the WBC. But that mandatory position didn't matter because in the contract, he's supposed to fight him again. It's only right. So I want people to have the same energy with this Joshua fight. See, Joshua now has a rematch clause in the contract. They put it in there. Usyk and his people read it, understood it, signed it, and there it is. And because they've done all that, they have to fight him again. So we can't say Joshua's holding up undisputed, and they can't say, but then people could say, oh, well, Deontay Wilder deserved his decision. They both deserved their next fight. They deserved the opportunity based on the business decisions they implemented the contract or implemented the rematch clause in the contract. You can't have it like it's good for one and ain't good for the other. Either which way you guys look at it, doesn't matter. They have it in the contract. The same standard, exactly. So, like, you know, I mean, Usyk knew that anyway. Usyk knew I'm going to fight him and I'm going to beat him twice. That's exactly what he said. His manager just came out. Well, I get to beat him again. Is that fair to say? White isn't treated right. Well, no, he's not. So in that case, White knows he's getting. Look, this is what Dillian Whyte should do. Dillian Whyte, AJ is enforcing it. It's not forced. AJ can walk. Okay, so could have Deontay. Deontay could have walked. So what? I mean, so we're saying one for one and not for the other. What are you saying, Steven? See, that double standard shit is like, yo, no, he could have done it. Yeah, he could have, but he's not. He wants his rematch against Usyk because that's what was in the contract, just in case he loses. He said it himself. If I lose, I fight him again. Ain't no big deal. But people try to make it a big deal. Oh, he's hanging up. Man, look, go to those channels that bash those guys and stay there. See, if you just want me to bash Wilder, go to a place that just bashes Wilder. Go to one of those channels. But anyway, Whyte, right, appreciate you. Dillian Whyte should sue the WBC, drop the belt, sue them, drop the belt, or it depends on how they rule. Because what Mauricio, he ain't going to try to pay money. He's just going to actually do what he's supposed to have done. But if I was Dillian Whyte all these years, I would have sued the WBC for a shitload of money. They would have paid me, fuck their belt, and I would have fought whoever on the other sanctioning bodies. Go another route. Hey, Kurt, it's possible the arbitration ruling was $80 million if Fury ignored the contract and Wilder asked for $20 million step aside. Then Fury decided to make Wilder fight for his money. I don't know about 80. It could have been it ain't 80 million. I don't think it's 80 million. But Fury didn't ask him for $20 million. He lied. According to Shelly Finkel, he lied. According to Deontay Wilder, he lied. He wanted people to think that because he just ducked Joshua. See, people, you want to tell people that because he wanted to make that duck legitimate. You don't know how much that money that was. Because, see, here's the thing. If it was actually $80 million that he had to pay Deontay not to fight him, if he decided to fight Anthony Joshua, then why not offer step aside money if you were truly wanting to fight Anthony Joshua? Why didn't you offer something then instead of just saying that you did, and then everyone over that side saying no, he didn't? So that makes you a liar. And we heard Deontay Wilder say recently, well, guess what? I'm fine either way, because either way he has to pay me. I'm fine either way. Yeah, just look, White needs to just leave the WBC alone, them and their bullshit. Apparently, they don't like him. Apparently, they had something against him from the get-go. They like snuck another mandatory guy in his position, which was Dominic Breazeale. Like, I don't know how the hell how they got away with that, but they did anyway. And maybe Tyson Fury would have beat Anthony Joshua. He never tried. Well, who knows? Maybe. Never saw Wilder doing legs, or legs not important in boxing. After all, they got you standing on the ring. Well, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen him do that either, but, you know, bench pressing and stuff like that. But maybe he didn't show people everything. But you're right. Everything you've really legitimately seen him do was like upper body. Not legs, not squats, not, you know what I mean, not leg presses, not any of that shit. You just seen him, you know, upper body showing, you know, he has broad shoulders. You think he don't have power? Kurt, do you think Usyk versus Fury would be similar to Loma versus Nakatani? No, I don't think it would be that bad. I give Tyson Fury more a chance of that. Nakatani, no. No leg days for Wilder. Well, we haven't seen him do any, but that doesn't mean he wasn't doing them. Sometimes in life, there are things we are afraid of is afraid of us. Hey, that's crazy, Bishop. That's a hell of a way of looking at it. His legs are long arms. Mr. Wu. Who win a basketball match? Fury or Wilder? I would go with Wilder. Because I don't think I've ever seen Tyson Fury play basketball. I haven't seen him do anything much of just like working out and boxing. I think, you know, the sport for, you know, like the Fury family is like boxing and stuff like that. Bare knuckles and all that shit. Hellenius wins again against Kalnaki. Now, I wouldn't want to see that fight. I want to see that fight. Because you know that was a big upset in, like, I think 2019. What do you think of Otto Wallin? I'm from Sweden. I think he's a cool guy. He would be more dangerous with more punching power. But that, again, that doesn't mean that he is like a bad fighter. I would give him, I think he's a C- fighter, or a C+ fighter rather. I think he's a C+ fighter. Wilder was a former baseball player. I think Wilder was everything. I think he played basketball, football, a lot of things. Walter Birch, that's right. A lot of people, I go to the gym, and I see a lot of people doing a lot of squats, and I'm seeing them with like heavy lifting and shit like that, and I'm like, you know, I'm like, you don't need that. That really is what fucks up your joints. Wayne Spence, counterpunch to you. I think Otto won over Fury. No, Fury beat Otto Wallin easy. I think the fight should have been stopped because that cut was too bad, but they wasn't going to stop that fight, obviously. Devara, no, he really didn't. uh, heavyweights boxers are not fighting. This generation of boxing are a shame and a disgrace. They scared to fight each other. Well, yeah, I mean, and look, and if they are fighting, it's for something too good to be true. Yeah, but even if you don't squat heavy, your legs would have definition. I mean, he's just skinny, man. Shit, he just got skinny legs. Shit. Everyone protecting their O. Well, not Joshua, not Wilder. Shit, they don't have a O. They have a loss. Joshua has 2 losses. Wilder has a loss and a draw. Now, too frightened to lose what they got. I think losing their position is more more to say. I think that's a more appropriate to say. Wilder shouldn't scream, "Don't squat," instead of "Bomb squat." Damn, Igor, that's crazy. Don't squat. I don't need legs when I got these. All right, okay. I respect when the best fighting the best. I do too. That's how you have to respect Sanchez and Ajagba. You know, I think that probably will be the best fight on the card. That's what I'm looking forward to. I can't wait. You know, this is fight week, man. You know, come Monday, it's a countdown. We have 6 days into that fight. 6. What about the towel, Kurt? What do you think of that was? Michael, I have no idea. I have no idea what that was. I don't know what it means when they twirl the towel. I know what it means when they throw it, but he didn't throw it. Maybe, just maybe, they were about to. Maybe they could have threw in the towel just to stop Joshua from falling. And I don't care what Usyk says. He said, "Oh, why would a man fall? I didn't go in there to knock him out." Shit. You went in there, you were swinging like you were for a certain point. I think what Usyk did was, I'm going to go for the knockout. If he falls on these punches, he's just going to fall. Right? And then he might have pulled a Manny Pacquiao Margarito. Right? Kurt, how you doing, bro? Hope you're good. Man, I'm going really good. Better now. This is for Wilder in a sense. He can't afford to lose to Fury twice, especially in this day and age of boxing. Let's go, Bronze Bomber. Smooth wheel, counterpunch to you. Anthony Joshua broke all of our hearts on September 25th, 2001. Damn. Usyk was preparing up AJ's head like Ukrainian AK. Was peppering it. AJ too nice like Frank Bruno. Frank Bruno has the craziest laugh ever in history. I somehow feel that Deontay will win this fight. If Deontay Wilder wins this fight, it will be back. I think Deontay Wilder, he will be worse than he was before. That's what I believe. I think he will be to the point where I think the speak it, believe it, receive it will come back. I think the boastfulness will come back. I think he will come back. I think that at the end of the day, if he wins and he beats Fury, the glove gate will resprout, because he will then say, hey, the punches will not as much. I know the punches weren't what they were before. That's why I know he was cheating. All that'll come back. It'll be extra obnoxious. He will turn into an obnoxious character all over again. All that quiet shit with the, earphones and glasses and shit, all that's gonna leave. He's going to turn into that old Deontay. I want somebody to say something. I'm willing to somebody to shut me up. I'm going to beat everybody. Me and Malik Scott, we got a team. We got a dream team. Y'all, like I said, I'm getting like Roy. Y'all must have forgot I was knocking everybody out. Bars. He's going to get like that. You know? And it will be the new age of Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. That's it. Malik Scott will be respected. He will get that credit. He will go from master diver to master trainer. Okay? So a lot of people will then start taking Malik Scott seriously, which is absolutely wonderful because you can tell he knows his boxing. You know what I mean? If you listen to Malik Scott, he just doesn't talk a bunch of shit. And the things that he does or he can say about certain people, he doesn't. So, you know, you got to give him credit for knowing what and what not to say, but using certain things and explaining certain things to help his fighter. So if he does win, people, if he does win, all those things will come to pass. Yeah. He say Pandora's box of BS will be open. And that's coming from the sanctioning body Zero Agendas. Master diver to master trainer. Nikki, that's it. People will look, he like in other words, let me say it like this. Malik Scott and his infamous diving fight with Deontay Wilder, people will forget about. People will just brush that under the rug because now he's in a certain position that he, with whole hard work and dedication, has achieved with his fighter. You know, now people are going to start putting him beside Manny Robles, right? When, you know, Manny Robles, of course, what he did against AJ with Andy Ruiz. So it'll be a lot. It will be a lot of stuff that changes for the Deontay Wilder family. You know what I mean? Then you will hear this. Now listen, you're going to start hearing if Wilder knocks out Fury, right? It's going to be in, you know, I half-ass want to see that, to be honest with you. I would love to see that. Why? Because it completes the balance of boxing. And you're like, well, how so? Easy. All of them have achieved a loss. I think AJ is more experienced because he's done more. He's been in more shit. Tyson Fury hasn't experienced a loss. He knows what it's like to have a draw, not a loss. So we'll get to experience the up and down emotional responses from him, and, you know, monitor what he does. Will he turn into that bar guy? You know, Karn O'Connor, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Will he be that guy, or will he just be, you know, hey, he's a good guy, fair play to him? Will he just be that, you know, 100 dude that he hopes to be, right? So we get to see all that. We get to see Wilder come back. We get to see Wilder get his confidence back. We get to see Wilder continue the sport of boxing, because now we don't have to worry about him retiring if he loses. You know, a loss is a mother sucker, especially all the hard work that he's done. And we know he's not worked like this ever before in his career. So since we know that he's taken this extra time, it could probably be devastating if he does lose. And I don't want him to lose. You know, I don't want another bullshit fight. I don't want another bullshit draw. I want something certain. I want something definite. Because if we have to see another damn Wilder versus Fury or Fury versus Wilder, I might just stop covering it, because I'll know it's just because they keep fighting each other because they don't have anyone else that they want to market to fight against. They don't want to fight anybody else in the division. That's what I would be getting from all that. If we see a Fury versus Wilder 4, that meant these guys are trying to milk it to the bone with each other. Dan Fogg, intrigued. No, I want to see definitely what happens. No, I will be hyped for the fight. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's more of a relief now because at least we have it's almost like a world boxing super series, but going in very slow motion, right? Because we're looking at whoever these winners are and these guys, other fighters are not fighting each other, so it really don't matter. You know, these guys are going to be fighting each other. If the undisputed fight happens, it's going to happen, you know. But with this fight, you had the accusations. I'm really interested to see what happens when Tyson Fury cracks Wilder with a hard shot, or vice versa, you know, because I know Wilder, you know, he punched Tyson Fury pretty damn hard the last fight, and Fury didn't go nowhere. So, you know, they just blamed it on drugs. They blamed it on PEDs, and I'm like, okay, PEDs, what's up with that? Daryl Alexander, happy birthday, Kurt. It seems like the towel was to signal the timekeeper to ring the bell. Oh, the whole situation looks suspicious, and that's not good for boxing. Daryl, man, thank you for the love. Thank you for the super chat donation for my birthday. I'll try to have a beer on it, maybe. But I'd have to take an Uber to go to the place to get a beer because my car broke down. So, you know. But definitely, man, thank you. And that sounds, you know, I'm going to look at that again. And I'll do a video on that separately because yesterday I kind of took a break. I had videos that I pretty much already done. And I don't believe in going a whole day without pushing out content because it's like that's a whole day wasted, especially on a day where I was kind of recovering anyway. So I just really drank sodas yesterday and water, had crab legs and stuff. So it wasn't bad. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't horrible, but it was just like, you know, damn. Realness doesn't look or sound like Wilder. He's fake all the way through, and only the protection he was put under kept him alive so far. He'll lose and he's done. He knows nothing. Daniel Pines, 26. Wow. Okay. I don't know. I think Wilder was protected. I believe that much. I think he was protected. I think he was kept from fights, meaning he was protected. Understand? Like, when I say he was protected, I mean he was kept from certain fights through his management. When you say stuff like, again, when you say stuff like, baby champion, he's not ready, he just received this, he just became champion, so leave him be, leave him alone, that spells protection all over it. You know, you hear the LDBC talking about, you know, connection for the complexion. No, it's the protection for the connection. You know what I mean? You're protected because you don't want to get connected. And when I mean connected, from a punch connecting to your face. Wilder isn't wired up right, can't accept the loss. Well, I think now what's important is the win. You know, can he accept the win versus the loss? Because he can only win or lose. Now, can he accept another loss? That'll be a question if he loses. So it's intriguement all through this fight. It is. Protection from the connection. Exactly. They talk about, oh man, they got the complexion protection. No, it's about the protection. That shit goes both ways. You guys better look at that shit and think about what I'm saying. They didn't want White to go in there because, see, White could be that guy that upset at everything. You think White going in there not to fight? White's coming to fight. So if he did that to Deontay Wilder, that messes the money up with AJ. And then guess what? Will AJ really want to fight Wilder if Wilder got beat by Dillian White? Yeah, I know, right? 21 again, I know. I'm 21 all over again. I mean, that's what that was. They didn't want certain things to happen. But the irony of that is, All that shit that happened with the defeat, and a person that was protected to that degree couldn't take it, and now he blames the same people that protected him, like Mauricio Suleiman, is the same reason that Tyson Fury was able to cheat him. Well, if that is true, you have to look at that. If Mauricio was lying to keep certain things down, which I think he was lying. I think Mauricio's a liar. I always thought Mauricio was a liar. And I think he lied to cover up certain things so certain things won't get as big as they could have got. So he lied. And people called him on those lies. But here's the thing. You can't get mad at the same person that did bullshit to help you, and now it's not in your favor. Now you want to get mad and call bullshit. Now that's the whole thing. You have to realize that shit cuts both ways. When they decide to stop protecting you because they think, well, maybe there's a bigger fight on the horizon, Tyson Fury, Joshua, there you go. October babies, what up? There you go. White doesn't care. He will fight anybody. Danny Tedlock, today's your birthday, man. Happy birthday, Danny Tedlock. Danny Tedlock in the building. Wilder is not the sharpest tool in the box. Wilder is a puncher, not a boxer. Wilder is a puncher, not a boxer, nor a fighter. People say he's a hell of a fighter. No, he ain't. You think somebody that punches like that, swings like that, is a good fighter? No. He's a good puncher. He can punch. I always thought he could punch. That's his number one gimmick. Why do you think they put him in there with all those nobody-ass people? Because they wanted to see him knock out them nobodies. And then, hey, if you knocked out 38, 39 people that really wasn't about shit, well, you can't say he didn't knock them out. He knocked their block off. Kurt, when you dropping the prediction video? I already did. I did the prediction video, man. Last month. Matter of fact, I done that before July 24th. I think I did it sometime in July. Yeah, he fought Ortiz twice. Wilder has the ability to KO anyone with his power. Yeah, Wilder does. That ain't no lie. Say what you want to about that guy. He will knock you out. What has Ortiz accomplished? He beat Brian Jennings. He beat Malik Scott. He beat Dave Allen. Who else did he beat, like, worth mentioning, really? Christian Hammer, Travis Kaufman. Christian Hammer probably was a more tougher opponent. Alex Flores, that was a dive. That was another Malik Scott. Malik Scott now was knocked down 4 times by Luis Ortiz. But I mean, and the 2 fights to Wilder. That's pretty much it for Ortiz. Andy Ruiz ducked him. Joe Joyce ducked him. I mean, that's just off the top of my head about Ortiz. I mean, I'm not looking at a Wikipedia and no shit like that or BoxRec. It's just, looking at people ask me, well, what has he done? The first things pop in mind are the first times I've seen him. I've seen Luis Ortiz. I knew he was hell, but I also knew he was older. Luis Ortiz is like one of those older big brothers. He's just old. He could kick your ass back in the day. You couldn't fuck with him at a certain point in time. Now he's older and everybody's trying to fight him. No what's so bad about Ortiz, though? You got guys like the ex or former unified heavyweight champion of the world ducking the fight with him. That makes that look bad, but it makes Wilder look good. Yeah, it was in big trouble against Ortiz. Ortiz ain't nobody to play with. Let me tell you guys something. Freddie Roach has Parkinson's, right? You think you want to piss Freddie Roach off at a bar? You think he won't punch you in your fucking face or knock you out? People, listen. Seriously, man, you don't want to mess with certain people and you think, oh, well, he's old. You think an old man won't beat the living shit out of you? Let's be real. Now, I mean, only Fury would get up like that in the 12th because he's a bit nuts. Well, look, right time, right place, right type of ref, right type of refereeing. You know, you look at it like this. People argue, listen to me, people argue about stipulations that don't make sense. Like petty shit. Man, that fight could have been stopped. Yeah, the fight could have been stopped, but it didn't. It did not. The man who won a bronze medal in the Olympics, and people still say he can't box. I don't understand. You can say he abandoned fundamentals. Yeah, he abandoned fundamentals. He let shit go to his head. But how good was he as a boxer? He wasn't. He was a better boxer. But look, Daryl. First off, everyone do what Daryl did. Donate $5 to the Kurt DeVille birthday fund, so I can go out and have some fun. But anyway, I think at the end of the day, Deontay Wilder saying that he can't box. I don't think he is just a terrible boxer, but I know he's a better puncher than any of those. Did he abandon fundamentals? Sure he did. He let the shit go to his head. He started talking shit about you don't need skill. Skill is in that same ballpark. That's in the category of boxing fundamentals. He didn't give a shit about that. He just wanted to hit you with one punch. He let that go to his head. A lot of fighters do. Don't teach me, don't train me. I don't need that. Yes, the white, it is. But I party all month, just saying. Kurt, I'm out. It's 2. Oh, wow. And after work from 6 a.m. as always, been a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your Earth Strong weekend. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nikki. You can have some degree of success with a lower skill level if you have huge power. Yeah, and that's what he had. He's dangerous. He will always be dangerous. You know, but if he pulls some Michael Grant shit and gets beat. But for Michael Grant, though, Michael Grant went all the way up to fight Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis knocked out Michael Grant, right? Well, he knocked out Michael Grant, but Michael Grant was beaten by other guys. You know, then it was time for him to hang it up. And Michael Grant was 6'8". People forget it. Remember Michael Grant, the heavyweight contender? Yeah, Dwight, I do have PayPal actually. I don't know if I could put it here. Let's see. Something for your birthday fun. One new me. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. Hold on just a second. All right. Igor, appreciate you. Happy birthday. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Do you think Joshua can win this rematch? If he goes for the knockout, is risky because he has to be throwing punches. If he works the body, uses his power, but it's still going to be a difficult fight for him. No, Joshua's done. No way back for him. Luis Freitas. Damn. AJ did tag Usyk a few times, but he needs a whole new game plan. I mean, he got in a punch here and there because he was trying to outbox Usyk, which that shit was wrong. Kurt, when you going to get a chance to revisit the Grant Galata fight? Grant showed a little something in that fight, beating Galata. You know what he did? And Galata was a pretty tough bastard too, wasn't he? He was pretty damn good, wasn't he? Hmm. Happy birthday, bro. Fury was with McCracken too back in the day. Took on his knowledge and on to the next trainer to learn from. Mueller 27. Yeah, you got a point there. Low blow Galata. It was a lot of low blows, just a casual. You damn right. AJ and the loser of Fury, Wilder Fury, should be involved in a great fight after this. Walter Birch. I think that's what Joshua was trying to do, Walter. I think he was trying to uh, plant that seed, right? I think he was trying to plant that seed of saying, hey, I'll fight whoever with or without the belts. Meaning, hey, if I lose again, I'm still going to fight. I think it will be refreshing, man. I mean, you got a two-time unified heavyweight champion. He never fought for undisputed, but he never lost an undisputed fight due to other shit, right? So at the end of the day, he could still play. Bars. Galata was his own worst enemy. Yeah, he was kind of crazy. He was kind of crazy. Steven, Birmingham, happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday to you. Do you think having a rematch clause could affect a boxer mentality, knowing you have two shots at a fighter? Well, it affects your banking account because you know you got more money coming. Look at Andy Ruiz. I'm so happy. I want more money. I'm the champion. He's a robot. He really can't fight. Yeah, oh, Andy Ruiz was beating Bo on both occasions, then gave up against Mike. Weird guy. Well, Michael J., that was a totally different situation. He was afraid of Mike Tyson. Andrew Galata was actually afraid of Mike Tyson. Andrew Galata is kind of crazy. He got a mental block here and there. Kind of throw it off. Mike Tyson was absolutely insane at that time. That's two different people. That's a person that has some quirks versus someone just out of their fucking mind. Mike Tyson was out of his mind at that time. He was mad. He was vicious. He was, like he said, he was impregnable, right? He was ready to eat kids, right? Screw people until they love them. I mean, look. Andrew Galata. Do you guys remember that press conference? Okay, let me give you a blow by blow on Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was absolutely insane. Freaky. Thank you. I suppose Klitschko has shown you can take a couple losses and move on to bigger things. The Londoner, you can. You can. People act, but here's the problem. People pretend just because you're at the top and you lose a couple times, you're just finished. But that's the problem with boxing, ain't it? People think because you lost, you're just done. Damn, the man loses 2 fights, one pretty much a fucking fluke, on top of other little bullshit, and this one he gets outboxed. Okay, he gets a rematch for the second one, and all of a sudden he's holding up undisputed like nobody held him up for undisputed, right? Come on, man. We need to look at this is the way it is. Not everybody can win every fight. But back to Galata versus Mike Tyson. You guys, listen. That shit, Blaine Walker, he quit because he was afraid. People asked Mike Tyson why he was all clowning and shit. Oh, I'll fuck a motherfucker up. I don't give a fuck. And then they asked Mike. They said, well, Mike, why, like, if you guys watch this, if you don't, please go back and watch this press conference. Somebody has it on YouTube. But they asked Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson, what if Galata, he's known for low blows, and you're known for your outbreaks and outbursts in the ring. You know, what if he hits you low? Motherfucker, I wish somebody would hit me low. It's on like a motherfucker. And then, you know, Galata was like, oh, shit. And when Mike hit him, the style was off. Galata's a kind of straight up and down coming pressure fighter, throwing uppercuts, likes to work the body and stuff like that. Mike's a side to side banger, waiting for counters from someone that does punch straight and throwing with punches and uppercuts, you know, and things like that, giving opportunities to Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was going to destroy Andrew Galata. And for the record, people, do you know what happened to Andre Galata? He broke his ass bone. Okay? He had all types of problems in that ring, and that was only, what, 3-4 rounds. Okay? Red or dead, appreciate you, brother. But Mike was going to kill him. No, he quit. People threw shit at him and milk and all types of shit. Hot dogs, chips, popcorn, beer. They threw it all. They trashed Andrew Galata. Because even Lou Duva was like, get in there, fucking fight. But the guy, no. I want to fuck you, and he left, and this crowd trashed him and everything. He didn't want to be in there. He wasn't getting hit by Tyson. Tyson was a fucking vicious beast. He was probably high. He's probably high off coke or weed or whatever the hell he was on at that time. Because Mike admitted to people he was high in those fights. He didn't piss for those fights. Couldn't speak after the fight. Dude, he was fucked up. I think his jaw broken, a broken bone in his ass for falling like he did. Because, you know, Mike hauled over and caught Galata, and Galata was like, ugh. Okay. This is the era of, it looks like these middleweights are keeping their for Canelo. Very lucrative for them. Weak era. I am _Dave. You guys remember Mayweather? This is the Mayweather era. The Mayweather brand. It's not going anywhere. This is the Mayweather era. He's right. This is the Mayweather era, unfortunately. Floyd Mayweather has fucking ruined. He's destroyed the division. The perception of that had everyone thinking, no, man, I ain't gonna fight him. That motherfucker's too tough. I might lose my shit. Serious now, Chad Fury or Wilder? I have no idea. Because we don't know what Wilder will bring. We don't know what he'll bring to the table. Really. We know what he's doing in the gym. But you put that against a guy that beat the shit out of you? We don't know. Kurt, me and my wife, we met Galata and Kovalev at the second Ward Kovalev fight. And both of them were complete jackasses. I don't doubt that. Kovalev has proved again and again that he's like a big jackass. I mean, look, Smooth Will. Kovalev, to kill a guy and to keep fighting and really don't talk about that much, you got to be like, you don't, like, that doesn't make you a likable person. You got to be kind of a shitty person to just think that's cool. Because certain people like Ray Boom Boom Mancini retired after killing Boom Boom Kim. That's why I appreciate Josh Taylor and Teo. They went for asking their O's. Well, look. I just hope Teofimo's not like Keith Thurman. Get to a certain degree and it just said, fuck it. Everything or every reason why you don't fight, you don't. You know? Michael J. Something was wrong. Okay? Oliver McCall, something was wrong with him. He wasn't right. You could tell he wasn't right. He was crying. You know, me personally, I think Don King threatened him. Like, if you go in there and you try to fight this fight, I'm going to kill you and your family. Allegedly. Kota Kente, as much as I love to see Tyson Fury win, I hate to say that Wilder is taking this one. AJ will win the rematch off points. He can't knock out Usyk, but judges will favor him if he bullies Usyk early. Joyce versus Usyk. Who you got? Usyk, he already beat Joyce. He already beat Joe Joyce. Joyce ain't got no better than he was then. He's just bigger. It's open time. I want to see Wilder win. That would be more balanced, but either way, it would. Okay, if Wilder wins, that gives Tyson Fury a loss. So he will be tied with Deontay. One loss, one draw. But then, if Fury beats him, Fury will go up a notch with Usyk. Because there's nobody else up there, people. It's just Usyk now. Okay? It's just Usyk. Costea, Larantu. Hello, CP from Romania. We watching you. Great content. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for watching me all across the globe. It is an honor and a duty to talk about the sport of boxing to everybody worldwide. On mi cumpleaños, mi birthday here. A lot of casuals in here, Kurt. Hey, that's all right. We need to educate them. But understand this. If Tyson Fury beats Wilder, again, he will be where Usyk is. People will probably rate him over, but by doing the same thing he already fucking done, which I don't believe in, but he's never lost. He's never lost, and he's defended his title of the WBC. Since he's done that, he inches above Joshua and, of course, Wilder, obviously. Hey, birthday man, thanks for everything. Nord Force, appreciate you. AJ needs Wilder's mentality. The man has no fear in him and was ready to die in the ring. Well, I mean, when you're punch drunk, you're gonna, he ain't got quit in him. You know. But I mean, that's that Apollo spirit. Dillian White is waiting for Wilder Fury winner. That should work. And see, if Fury beats Wilder, he better remember that and keep the same energy. It's Usyk Fury. That's it. Usyk Fury. Who else is there? Joshua was beaten. Deontay Wilder was beaten. So, who? Usyk, Fury, or Fury, Usyk, White, because White redeemed himself. Then you have maybe Joshua or Wilder, whichever one. I think Wilder, then Joshua, because Joshua was beaten recently, so he goes up under Deontay Wilder. And then, so Usyk, Wilder, White. No. Usyk, Fury, White, then Wilder, then Joshua, because Joshua was defeated just recently. And then Joyce is under them. Because see, Joyce, who did he beat? Daniel Dubois? He was a novice. He was the guy looking up. Now, I wouldn't argue with anyone if you put Joyce over Wilder. But, you know, Wilder has a rematch coming. So how far can you put him under that? I excuse Wilder's wild comments. Don't worry. If Wilder knocks out Tyson Fury and hollers to this day, people will forget all about that shit. Man, you see Wilder come back, though. If Wilder beats Fury, he could fight Usyk for undisputed. I don't know about Usyk. Well, yeah, Usyk, yeah. But then again, same goes for Wilder. Wilder has that, and he gets the WBC belt back. It's time to defend for that belt because it's been over 2 years. So he needs to fight Dillian White. That would be the next big fight we should look forward to. And I think it would be absolutely phenomenal. DW versus DW, going for the WBC, the interim champion against the two-time WBC heavyweight champion. What? Dude, that's huge. All that bad blood, all that animosity, all that been waiting around like a mad dog to get the title, to fight for the title. Charlie Torre, counterpunch to you. Does Joyce get his gold medal? Kurt, you think anyone has a good chance against Usyk? Tyson Fury would probably be more interesting. Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Wilder especially, could knock out Usyk if he caught Usyk with the right type of punch. But if it's a long night, I think Usyk Wilder fight would become more serious round by round, because the more Usyk beats him and piles up rounds, the more serious and the more determined Wilder will become. So if Usyk is putting the business to Wilder, Wilder becomes that much more dangerous because he's looking for that shot. You know what I mean? And like the only thing about Usyk is he's not a Fury. He doesn't have a type of arrogance that will cause him to clown. He's not gonna clown. If you can't catch him, you can't KO him, Wilder Usyk. Well, that's true. But I see Usyk won't play with him. Usyk will keep focus 100% of the time. I hope Joshua can show us something or proves us wrong in the rematch. If he does, everybody's going to get back on and start riding AJ's dick. That's what's going to happen. People going to switch up. People going to change out. Kurt, what's the possibility that the rematch is keep busy while White goes for the WBC Mando, since AJ couldn't get it, or Hearn's plot for Scott to be less interested in AJ? Only time will tell. That'd be crazy. Fury beats Wilder, drops the belt, White fights for it. Or White fights AJ for it. That would be cool. Imagine Wilder beating Usyk. I imagine Wilder knocking out Usyk, if that's the only thing. If he beats him by a knockout, yeah. You love Fury's package done. These guys are crazy. Fury gonna be undisputed. He by far the best package. AJ can't show us much except he moves his head. AJ is too stagnant. Well, he didn't move his head enough. You think you're gonna outbox someone like Usyk and not move your head? You're out of your mind. Every AJ fan switched to Usyk after the fight. Pathetic. I don't think so. I think a lot of people just, maybe they weren't fans anyway. Kurt, why Efe Ajagba is not getting ranked top despite his record? Well, he will if he beats Frank Sanchez, which I hope he doesn't, but, I hope Frank knocks out Efe Ajagba. But, but Efe Ajagba's, he has all the power and the tools to hurt Frank Sanchez. But understand, Frank Sanchez, though, is a part of that Reynoso gym. It'd be fucked up. Imagine Frank popping dirty. Ooh, that would be bad for that whole camp would be looked at like the shit drug crew. Ajagba Sanchez. Yeah, that's happening. They put it back on the undercard, so it's going to be on the undercard. Steve Donner. Kurt, you the man. Love from the UK, brother. Thank you, man. Hit that like button. Super chat. Birthday time. Going out. Ubering out. We're going to, this is just, like yesterday, I like Friday night, I drank a little too much. So I got sick, Usyk just raised the bar. Between Fury and Usyk, big and athletic, won't cut it anymore. Everyone's got to bring a lot more at this point. That's it. You got to show who you are. You got to make your attributes credible. Okay? I respected Usyk and said numerous times AJ had his hands full. Kurt called it. Read it dead. Tried to tell people. Now, I'm not right 100% of the time. I don't supposed to be. But I see what I see, and that's why I say what I feel. And I felt that Usyk, people are looking at that shit, and this Usyk, Alexander Usyk, man, I just knew. special. Problems. Imagine Wilder beats Fury. You're going to see a whole new aura of confidence. I told y'all he couldn't punch. I told y'all he was a cheat. I told everybody that would know my team was the only people that gave us seriously. Everybody, all y'all Uncle Toms, all y'all try to turn on to me. And I just stayed quiet because I know silence is gold. What do you think about Wilder's decision to keep his tradition, have a costume on during his ring walk? I think too legit to quit. That's what I think. I can't even imagine what Ego will do or say if Wilder wins. Ego would probably bust a nut. He'd probably bust a nut and hold his hands up. Little ass hands he got. He'll hold them up. See, I told y'all. I told y'all what'll happen. I told you guys what'll happen. I told you Wilder. See Joshua and all that, his big ass neck. Fuck him. Wilder, I told people that. Look, man, I know Wilder. Oh, I'm so frustrated. I know Wilder was gonna do it. Yep. No, Ego, man. He's on. Man, everybody super chat me. Everybody super chat me $20 or more. No fives. $20 or more. When they hate, donate. God damn, you trying to trying to pay off your house, buddy? Yeah. We're gonna fuck around, be rich. I'm gonna fuck around, be rich. Tell them, y'all donate. Come on, 10 to get in. Y'all donate. I suggest an air balloon costume. Play it safe. Get Ego boxing. Donate boxing. Donate dominist. I'm donate dominist. Y'all want me to predictions? I'm not even gonna say nothing till y'all donate. I'm not even gonna say nothing till y'all donate. I'm not even gonna talk no more till y'all donate. Y'all ain't even got the likes up. Nah, I can't do this. I'm like, dude, you fucking kidding? You fucking kidding me? Yeah, that was like, and it is a trip. Like back before our run-in, I used to listen to Boxing Ego. We used to debate, and you say something you don't believe, he'll start, because we got into it bad one time. But what he didn't do, he didn't delete the comment. So people commented on the comment and it had a big tread, because it was like some shit about Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. And Ego was like, well, that's trash. What are you saying? Because what he was doing, he was talking about Max Kellerman and why Kellerman put Manny Pacquiao and had more accomplished. See, the thing is, the question was it more accomplishments? Kurt, would you fight Blue Blood Sports TV? No. Kurt would smash blue balls. I hope honestly, like anybody with blue balls needs to be smashed. Karma Serene, happy birthday, Kurt. Thank you very much, Karma. That's some good karma for you right there. Appreciate the love. But yeah, he was like, that's trash. Anybody that has beat that guy, he can't be better than that guy. I'm like, he wasn't talking about that. He was talking about the accolades. He fought longer, therefore he did more. What part of that you don't understand? So it's like, yeah, your whole argument's trash. Your whole argument. And then I guess the people on his channel then, but by then I believe that I was already like, I don't know how many I had or whatever, but I know my channel was up. So, but yeah, he's that cat there. If Wilder wins, man, the whole LDBC is gonna cheer all year. Naseem Islam, or is it Naeem Islam? Happy birthday, Kurt. Floating rib shot. You damn right. Floating rib shot, man. Look, give me a trip, Lennox Lewis. Kurt, I think you're still full of shit. Let me show you the floating rib shot. I'll show you. Come to my gym. I never understood who hates the zone in England so much. Oh, hates the zone. Look, That was a ploy from Mayweather. Mayweather didn't like it. TMT didn't like it. Anybody over there didn't like it because they were still riding with Heyman. Heyman was all about pay-per-view. People hold on to it. I will watch Ego's videos, but I can't do is his live sessions. Well, he puts a lot of work into his videos. His live chats, they're pretty much like a po-pimp preacher. And when I mean a po-pimp preacher, kind of like a guy that, just like peddles for money. Like his whole thing is like, hey, I got how many people on here? How many super chats should we get? How many super chats? Anybody donate? Just donate. Hit that like button, Cash App. Got it right there. The Venmo donations. We all working. I'm like, damn. Sean McQueen, happy birthday, Kurt. I enjoy watching your channel. Appreciate you. Subscription model for the fan is much better than a pay-per-view model. Naeem, so it was about the brand. It wasn't really about who the people were, but you have to attack the people that support the brand. So if you were Eddie Hearn, fuck you. If you were an Anthony Joshua or Canelo, big fuck you. Think about it. All right. Let's take Boxing Ego for a minute. Do you guys remember Boxing Ego was able to come into Canelo's gym until like he turned rogue on him? He started talking to him shit about him, and then I guess he's not welcome anymore. I don't know if he tried to go back. But Ego was once a big Canelo fan. So he used to go to his gym and the Reynosos and all those guys. And then all the shit happened a few years back with the DAZN launch and all that. Then it was time to pick sides, because when Canelo decided, hey, I am going to DAZN. Well, that's what happened. DAZN, the best subscription since OnlyFans, or fans only. Buddy Gunner, happy birthday, brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Showbiz is all about the money too. I don't know. I don't think look. You have a platform, people need to donate. That's great. I appreciate each and every one that donates. Is it imperative? No. Is it respected? Of course. Because it's not, you don't have to do it. You don't have to fucking go in there and put your shit in and give someone nothing. You know what I mean? That's like the goodness of how you feel about the channel and how you feel and what type of person you are. But saying all that to say this, there are channels like that, like Ego, that just will be exploiting that like it's something that is due to him. Like, yo, nobody don't have to give you a fucking thing. They don't have to give you money for a live stream. But for the people that do, I'm pretty sure that that's something expected from him. Not as, hey, I appreciate it or whatever. I don't know. But, Ego hates Canelo, doesn't do live fights when he fights. Well, I mean, but I'm saying, Michael, he was with Canelo that whole time. If you look at Boxing Ego's Canelo video content, he used to be able to go in his gym. He used to be able to record and film stuff there, content like some Usyk back shack like shit, So I mean, but I think when that DAZN shit happened, I think he had to, like, fuck that. I'm going with Heyman, going with Floyd, I like Boxing Square too. It's all about heavyweights. Yeah, Boxing Square is cool, Hello guys, this is news and views over the internet. That's Nasdaq. Showbiz gives stuff away all the time. What is this guy talking about? Daryl Alexander, you are right. He like donates stuff to, and then he has like links to other stuff like that. But I seen a channel. I don't remember the name of the channel, but he was hating on Showbiz and called him a coon and all that. When do you be called a coon when you don't believe in Glovegate? If you don't believe in Glovegate, you become an automatic coon. I don't get that. I don't understand that. RDR Films. What's good, CPB? Everything's good, man. Everything's good. Just enjoying this beautiful weather. Michael Hernandez, thank you, man. Gracias por todo. Happy birthday, Kurt, in my Errol Spence voice. Happy birthday, Kurt. You don't like me? Fuck you. I got new teeth, though. Ronnie Fraud, I'm doing well. Man. Another day, another opportunity. You know what I mean? For the members only, I have a treat for you guys. I've been working on an interview with Pro B's, and it's some real good stuff. So I'll have that uploaded tonight, maybe around 11 or 12. But it's something that like I had, and I wasn't gonna you have interviews, but since he's passed away, I just want to take time, give him a nice. It's a long interview. It's about 40 minutes, but it's me and him talking about everything from boxing news to boxing to haters and everything, and it's a real in-depth interview. But I'm gonna put that on members only for you guys. So. I hope you guys enjoy it, but it is dedicated to Pro B's, so. Happy birthday, Kurt. Always enjoy watching your channel, learn all about boxing. Charlie Torre, appreciate you. Thank you for dropping the comments in. Y'all guys hit that like button, I reckon when Wilder got a few quid in the bank, the lawsuits get pinned in. Shit, I guess so. I mean, like, if it'd been me, I was cheated to that matter. If somebody had shit in their gloves, there would be no way I'd be fighting them. No fucking way. The only way I would fight Tyson Fury if he cheated me and I could prove he cheated me, I want people to listen to me very carefully. I would have to take Tyson Fury to court for that, win in court for that, then fight Tyson Fury. I would have to win my day in court. So then, oh, you want to make some of your money back? Guess what? You're going to fight me for 90-10 split. I'm going to get 10%. I'm going to give you 10%. Kurt, have you ever been in much of a boxer? If so, have you had any amateur bouts? Yeah, I had 33 bouts, amateur. I lost 2 of them. How would Lewis went with Usyk? Oh man, it would have been a good fight because Lennox Lewis knows how to use distance, work the jab, pump the jab with authority. Give Alexander Usyk something to worry about besides coming in. Now, will Usyk still be able to get in? Yeah, he would. Lewis did beat Holyfield St. Don, but listen, Usyk is no Lennox Lewis, and Lennox Lewis is no Usyk. Usyk uses more of his speed and footwork to move, along with his movements, than Evander. Evander has more of a Joe Frazier-like style. He's just a bigger Joe Frazier as far as, he comes in with the Philly shield a lot of times, and he uses that to get inside. He might jab to get inside, but he's using upper body movement and a lot of punishments he takes. Him fighting Lennox Lewis and Holyfield, they had the same brand, but a different type glove. Holyfield had more of a padded glove so he could block. Lennox Lewis had more of puncher's gloves so he can punch. What do you think is the reason of Teofimo's BS? Maybe he can't make a weight. Dude, I don't know what's up with Teofimo. I don't. You know, I just don't understand why you can't fight a fucking mandatory. It took all that for a mandatory. You beat Lomachenko, and Lomachenko, shame on them. They're dumb. I bet you they'll never do that shit again. Fight somebody without a mandatory. Had all those belts on the line, and you fight a motherfucker without a rematch clause. You know, especially a unification. You know, but that's just arrogance there. But Teofimo, yeah, he did that. He did that against Lomachenko. And now Kambosos is another undefeated. What is he, 19-0? 15 KOs, I think. I could be wrong. I think that's what it is. Feliz cumpleaños desde República Dominicana. Gracias por todo otra vez. Kurt, do you think Kambosos is 100K out of his own split of the fight purse to change the date? Man, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what's going on with him or with them. His dad saying one thing, he's saying another thing. I don't understand that. I don't understand none of that shit with them. I don't get it whatsoever. I think it's like a bunch of shit. I think they need to get their heads together before making public comments, because, you know, if you let his father tell it, his father was all for a rematch with Vasil Lomachenko, you know, and then Teofimo let it go.
Sorry.
Hey. But Teo best stay away from Loma. He'll lose everything. Well, Jack, I think that goes through his mind without him trying to admit it. If he goes and he fights Loma again, he'll probably get beat up, and he'll lose everything he's fought for. And I think he's just trying to hold that, you know. Plant doubles up with a jab into the left body shot, but he always leaves his right hand low, leaving the right side of his chin exposed. I think Canelo is going to left hook KO Plant. It's going to be a good fight. You know that shit's like coming in a few weeks. That fight's right around the corner too, Plant and Canelo. Anyone ever seen Kurt and Ice Cube in the same room? No, but Ice Cube. Yeah, I watched Lewis versus Holyfield 2 yesterday. It's interesting. Lewis couldn't drop Holyfield. No, he couldn't, but he outboxed him. And actually, that fight could have been more of a draw than the first. Did you see Rick Poirier fight? No, I didn't. I think Teo and Kambosos want Thriller to fall and collect the deposit in the next purse. Trilla's asking to strip Kambosos to ask for the deposit back. Messy. Look, I think Trilla is crashing, like crash and burn. D. Hodges, what up, Counterpunch in chat, LDBC family. Counterpunch to you. Kurt, why in boxing it seems like one fight can risk everything, but in UFC Conor can lose and still be a big draw? Because they have it structured differently. Dana White actually did it right. Bars. He didn't base it all on all these dumbass sanctioning bodies. You don't have that in UFC. If you notice, you don't have sanctioning bodies in the UFC. You have this UFC belt. You have someone, and you have a single ranking system. So if someone fights their way up to that opportunity again, he can be exactly where he was like last year or a year and a half ago. Yeah, T.O. does look a little skinny, don't he? You know. How many of you guys think he actually had COVID, though? Let's be real. You think Teofimo had COVID? Or you think he pulled a Tyson Fury? One belt per weight division. Kurt, who's your favorite active heavyweight? Alexander Usyk. Alexander Usyk. I like Efe Ajagba and Frank Sanchez. They just ain't done enough. Kurt, the UFC is essentially just a franchise of MMA. A WBC, ECTR of boxing. Okay. But if you only had one of them, you would probably be better off, unless that one was corrupt, which in that case, if it's the WBC. Hrgovic, yeah, he's all right. I like Hrgovic too. I think Michael Hunter should have fought him though. You know, Mike just decided to do some other shit. You know what I mean? I just think he wanted to be able to. He wanted to pull some Canelo shit on a smaller scale. He wanted to be able to dictate terms, and he couldn't do that overseas. That's my understanding about that. But he should have fought him, because that puts him in no position to fight anybody worth mentioning. That's the sad part. Mike Wilson, we don't know who the fuck that is. You know what I mean? Just somebody that beat him in the amateurs years ago. Mike Wilson's 40 years old, dude. Pro B's passing was so sudden. COVID. Antonio Matthews, dude, I don't know what happened. I was invited to his Zoom, which I was on his Zoom. I said my piece. It was real quiet. It was about 70 people there. I don't know how many people were invited, but when I came there, it was over 70 people on the COVID. It was a Zoom meeting, so Zoom is a little different for me, because everyone shares the screen, and whoever's talking, that's who will be seen, right? Rich Mofi Hope, salute Counterpunch Boxing. Appreciate you, man. If you think you like Efe Ajagba the most, is Joe Joyce still fighting Usyk or Joshua as a mandatory? Dude, you're late. He's supposed to fought Usyk, because the WBO tried to mess over Usyk, which the fight that happened last Saturday night is the fight that should have happened. The fight that's happening October 9th is the fight that should have happened. Hunter ain't got a chance at being champ. Well, he's not putting himself in a situation to. You know, boxing is all about decisions, the things that you decide to do, the moves you make. That's all imperative when you're talking about boxing, because boxing is a business. Him fighting Mike Wilson on Triller, which Triller is not established enough, as opposed to getting more of the purse fighting somebody like Hrgovic, and Hrgovic's an undefeated fighter that's being avoided. He could have fought Hrgovic and built off of that win. He's already went and drawed with Povetkin. He was beaten by Usyk. You know, call Usyk back out. You know, because shit, Michael Hunter did a lot better than Anthony Joshua did, in my opinion. So shit, call him back out. You know, at heavyweight though, not the cruiserweight. Hunter ain't got a chance of being a champ. I mean, he doesn't have any skills. Who? Hunter? Hunter has skills. Hunter's a very underrated boxer, man. He's a very underrated boxer. Hunter has skills. You know, he just is, for one, he's not a big heavyweight. For two, he's personality, he's not a shit-talking guy. Since he's not a shit-talker, he can't really be marketed like so, okay? He's a good dude. He's like a dude that you might run into working at FedEx or some shit. That's just kind of cool. He's just a regular guy. You know, he's not trying to be a Muhammad Ali or an Adrian Broner or Floyd. None of those guys. He's not trying to be disliked, but he's just not doing enough to be liked, which is kind of strange to say. But no, he has skills. Kurt, do you think AJ just lost his dog to speak? I I think he was in there with one hell of a boxer, a special fighter. Like I told you, that's what I think. I think that guy, Usyk, will be a problem for anybody until everyone fights him. Okay? Then everybody will know. You know what I mean? And I guarantee you, once he gets to kicking somebody else's ass, they're going to respect AJ. So I'm not dissing AJ. I don't look at AJ any kind of way. I don't think that he's done. I don't think that by far. There's no quit in him. And if you're an AJ fan, that's what you should respect about AJ. Going right back into a rematch. Because people think that's the smartest thing to do. No. Is it the smartest thing to do? No. But, you know, he's doing it anyway. It just shows you what AJ is capable of and what type of person and character he has. You know? AJ ain't winning the rematch. Fury stops Usyk. I doubt that. He can look, okay. You think Tyson Fury can stop Usyk, but he couldn't stop Otto Wallin. Think about that. I don't think AJ has much to lose taking the second fight. No, he got another big fat payday. Eddie Hearn's gonna be sick, and you know he's gonna be his anxiety's gonna be through the roof. Watching AJ live, I felt he got totally dominated. After second watch, I felt AJ done a lot better, but still got outclassed. Fury stops Usyk all day. He raises the game. Well, beating Deontay Wilder won't give me any idea that he'll do that. And then fighting Chisora again, no. You know, that's something different. Kurt asleep. Yeah, right. AJ's, who's next for Fury if he wins? No volume on your end. Can you guys hear me all right? You say that the Londoner, but you can't be sure. Usyk is a once-in-a-generation fighter who knows what he's capable of giving the opportunity. Kurt been kidnapped by the LGBC. Oh, that would suck. Joshua's my favorite boxer, but I love the sport of boxing a lot more. So if Joshua lost, I would enjoy Usyk versus Fury or Wilder. Well, you always have another fighter. You can't put all your energy into one. AJ has been the best heavyweight champ we've seen over the last decade. Well, hey, he's been doing it since when? 16, 17, 18, 19, 6 months without being a champ. 20, 21. So, what, for 5 years? Or we could say for 4.5. We could say that, right? Because think about it. He got the belt in 16. What, 4 or 5 years? Usyk got hurt a couple of times from a gunshot robot. Ooh. Oh my. Not the gunshot robot. ask Kurt that he'll shut you down. What? Yeah, I mean, I would like Usyk to move on to the next fighter to see what he does, like with a Ruiz, or because you understand, if he beats AJ, he then picks up the job that AJ had. Do you guys know? Do you guys understand that with what Joshua was doing was exactly what Usyk will be doing, and he will understand, like, hey, there's mandatories, and then it would probably be a Dubois, then it would probably be another Joyce rematch. Then if there is a unification opportunity, it would probably be with Fury or Wilder or whoever, right? Maybe White might get lucky and knock out somebody. AJ is one-dimensional. Usyk has many tricks up his sleeve. And hey, Usyk did say that. Usyk was marked up by phantom punches. Imagine if AJ landed. AJ landed some pretty good shots. He's heavy-handed, right? And then again, St. Don, let's be real. All the Klitschko's are the same way. They get hit, they tear, they swell. Their skin breaks. Let Usyk try that style he did against AJ on Fury. He will be destroyed. Okay. I would love to see it. Hope the best for White. He is funny character. Usyk is a man of many styles. He can change it up to anything what's put in front of him. I mean, I would love to see it. Let's see Usyk versus Anthony Joshua. Well, I think, hey, the job or the fight, if Fury wins, Usyk wins, they should fight. Right? And I think if Fury beats Wilder, then Fury should fight White so White can get his opportunity. If he beats White, then the winner out of those two should fight Usyk. But guys, man, I'm going to get showered up. I'm going to have me a drink, and I may do a live stream there just for the hell of it. So you guys join me there. I will be live if you guys are still up, because it might be a little late where you guys are across the pond. But I thank everybody for coming on to the live stream. You guys be blessed. Have a happy Sunday. And everyone has been Counterpunch. Peace.